yesterday, my daughter, she's like, who gets on a scale and weighs when they're that sick? Raised my hand. I'm like, hey.
The case for consistency on carnivore.
Yep. It's a good plan. Stay consistent.
Stay consistent. So let's talk about
Why?
the recent past few weeks and your decision to stay consistent through them.
And why is that?
That's
Why?
your question.
I don't know.
So for the past couple of weeks, Tom has been fighting low energy and the blahs and the blues and like achy.
I wouldn't say it was the blahs and the blues. It was.
What was it then?
Wasn't feeling good.
Okay.
Just congested, achy, tired, low energy.
Been a lot of people have been sick around us.
Yep, loads of people. People have been sick all over the place.
And Tom had COVID a year and a half ago, and he decided after he was sick for so long that was it. He was done being sick.
I'm over this crap.
He had his quota for his life.
That's a lifetime.
And didn't need any more sickness. And then, of course, once we started carnivore, we were feeling
then I fully decided,
really good.
Since I don't eat any junk anymore, haven't touched anything in 6 months.
There's no more cause for illness.
There shouldn't be sick ever again.
And finally, a couple days ago, what happened?
I'll be damned. I got sick. It got me
down.
Only took me down for 2.5 days, though. I mean, I was feeling rough, for a while, but as far as like
up, but to actually go down and have to rest and sleep and stuff.
A boiling fever of misery.
It's about 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Which is arguably a fairly short duration for that level of cred.
Much better than normal, something that drug out after my body was fighting it. Been under a lot of stress for, quite some time. So I'm sure that's probably why I didn't stop it altogether. Working on managing that. Yeah. But so maybe this was the last time.
This was it. This is the fun. You just had to have that last hurrah. Just a little bit.
Last hurrah.
So,
because it was fun.
So how did you feed yourself during this compared to how you used to feed yourself when you weren't feeling good?
Well, you should be like, I need some comfort food. Maybe let's go get a waffle or pancakes.
Make me some pancakes.
There's always something starchy and sweet with that.
The combination, carbs plus carbs.
Yeah, and then some more carbs.
Yes,
and then maybe some alcohol.
Not so much when you were sick. No,
I just threw that in there for fun.
No, I think it was because when you were young, that's what you associated with like comfort.
Right.
Like with your family, with your dad taking you out to a donut shop or breakfast, or your mom cooking you something. It was always the carby stuff. So that was like the comfort thing, because it never made sense to me, but it literally did seem to make him feel better. Mm-hmm. Like, why, when you are this sick, are you going to eat that crap?
Because I will feel better.
I judged him.
Oh yeah, you do. It happens. It's all right.
But he didn't this time. He he's like, I'm like, what do you want? He's like, more eggs or a steak, or you ate a lot.
It was more the burger.
Yeah,
more
a lot of
smash burgers.
Ooh, that Wagyu.
That's so good.
Akabushi Wagyu smash burgers. I wouldn't have even. I didn't know any of those words before carnivore. I did want to say it's fun to say.
I still get it wrong, so I don't want to say it.
Akabushi.
Wagyu. I know. I'm just saying it wrong on purpose.
Oh boy. So the lesson learned.
Wagger.
The lesson I've learned watching Tom is even
makes the videos fun. People will watch more.
Do you think?
If I make you laugh.
We're gonna look at the analytics from right there when you started, and we'll see what happens.
Everybody start hitting the like button right there.
Okay. So honestly, when you're already locked into this way of eating and you recognize how good you normally feel, even when you take a downturn, if you just hold the course, trust the process.
And it wasn't actually even, I didn't have any thoughts of getting anything. Nothing. Which is so weird. It was just
I've known this man for 19 years. This still is so, I mean, 6 months you're in now?
Mm-hmm.
So
weird.
Baffles my mind. I wonder at what point it will start being normal to me that you are so solid and committed. I love it.
It's weird. I know it's weird.
I haven't really had any desire to deviate either, but that's more my personality, especially especially for the first year or two.
Mine's, it'll be
It'll be
fine.
fine.
It'll be
Let's
fine.
expand out the edges of this.
We'll get
But
right back on track.
not.
Oh. Then it was like yesterday, I don't know, man. I burned up, had 102 fever when I got up and was just miserable. I don't know, used the bathroom and passed the scale. I'm like, well, I guess I'll weigh. And so I was down 2 pounds. And it was, I've been stuck for a little while. Just it has not, it
3
hasn't,
weeks, a month,
yes,
maybe.
I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a plateau.
And that's just staying the course.
Yeah.
Staying the course.
And what happened
Being
when you got on the
consistent.
scale?
I was down 2 pounds. And I got on again this morning, was down 2 more pounds. So it's so weird. But yesterday, my daughter, she's like, who gets on a scale and weighs when they're that sick? Raised my hand. I'm like, me? So I don't know. It was just a random thing. I hadn't weighed for a few days. I was kind of like, who cares? I'm just staying the course, being consistent. It's gonna move. It's not the main thing anyway, but I do like it. I do like it moving. I don't have any problem with that
So he broke the plateau in the middle of it.
because I stayed the course.
Well, toward the end. Yeah.
Other times too, jumping back out a little is, for that couple of weeks where I was off, those would be times where I'd be like, oh, I'll go do something, get something comforting food wise, because that was always the go-to.
Because if this weight loss isn't working, then let's do
I
something
think
else to sort of
that's to
bring us a little
relief.
dopamine hit to
But
feel a little better.
but I don't know. I guess that's just weird that that's gone.
I think it's that carnivore calm that Lindy talks about all the time.
Well, and I was reading a post in a carnivore Facebook group, and a woman had fallen off the wagon after 3 weeks, and I was like, oh man, she's just right there where most people say it starts to get easier like after a month. And I don't know. I mean, like I said in other videos we talked about, this was just a crossroads, I think, too, for me in particular, as far as it was a time where it was like enough was enough, and it pushed the stop button, the off switch. It worked. And so, there hasn't been any cravings, which is really weird. So anyway, it was, a couple week period of could have had those options, didn't take those options.
The non-carnivore
options, yeah. And then stayed carnivore.
Here we are.
And it's like stayed carnivores. I mean, that is the discussion here, but it's also it's a non-discussion. It's becoming a non-discussion, other than it is so off the norm of society. It's like, I guess it probably will always be a discussion. If it's not, then we won't have a channel. Oh.
Then why would anyone listen to us prattle on?
So hopefully our pontifications will just give some thought to think about how to process, how to keep moving.
Inspire you to stay the course, because you never know when your next plateau will break. Or yes, this is the case for consistency. The plateau will break. The sickness will get through your system faster.
Sooner. Because you're still giving it good stuff, like you were before.
You're still nourishing your body. You're still giving it the best chance to heal the most quickly that it can. Yeah. So comment below if you have had this experience. Have you found it hard to stick with it? Are you getting back on track, and how can we support you?